finally gloomy again. Would you like to meet the baby? It's a girl. There's also construction going on outside, so sorry if there's noise in the background. But yeah, it's just another work from home day. It's gloomy. I had my matcha, I had breakfast, and now it's my lunch break. So I'm gonna do a little bit of yoga, not too intense. Just like a little, listen to my ambient yoga playlist and stretch because I just feel like my body is like sore and stiff from like sitting at a desk all day. Hello, it is another work from home day and I'm going on a little hot girl walk to get some coffee. Hello, so we are back home. I was planning to sit in a park, enjoy this coffee, feel sun on my face, but it's actually not that nice out, and it's a very Londonian day where every 5 seconds the weather is changing. But yeah, it's fine. Any excuse to stay at home, I will take. This is also an iced coffee, but they didn't have like the regular lids, but I kind of like this more. Like, this makes it so that you don't need a paper straw, which is probably the worst invention there ever was, especially for the 21st century. I am honestly very content with my life. And is that a bad thing to say? I am. It's probably one of the first times where I'm very content with how things are going and just the present flow of things. You know, in the past, I feel like I was always thinking about what future Lydia wanted, and I was always like, oh, Lydia in London will be happier, married Lydia will be happier, famous Lydia will be happy, and now I'm just simple Lydia, and I'm chilling. Like, I don't know, guys, I've just been quite reflective but like optimistic as well these days. Like, nothing can make me upset anymore. Like, it's really hard to make me upset because I just know that everything's gonna be fine, and I'm just like, whatever, it can always be worse. I've had that motto for a while, but I'm really feeling it these days. Like, how lucky am I to be born at a time where it's normal to work from home and it's normal to work hybrid. Like, this is amazing. Like, I'm a relatively new graduate and I just happen to be born at a time when 5 days in the office is no longer the norm. I'm so happy. And how lucky am I to be born at a time when during my lunch hours at work, I can film YouTube videos. Like, YouTube is a thing. I've really just been filled with gratitude these days over seemingly simple things that I honestly feel like I just overlooked before because I was so concerned with the future and my goals. But when you just sit in the present moment and you realize what's around you and how much you have, even if it's a normal job, even if it's a tiny studio apartment, that's huge. You start to realize that you actually have a pretty good life. Like, sometimes I wonder if I've wasted my potential, because in school I was very good at like quantitative subjects and creative, but mainly quantitative, so like math and business stuff. And maybe I have wasted my potential by choosing a more simple career path and not becoming a finance bro or doing something more quantitative. Perhaps I've wasted my potential to be a higher income earner, because right now I have a very chill, normal job. You don't have to be smart to do it, but it's still pretty good. I'm very happy with it. But yeah, sometimes I do question myself and I'm like, did I waste my potential by not aiming for something harder and higher? But why stress yourself out? You know, like, you don't actually need that much. You don't actually need, I guess for me, and especially as a woman, so coming to this from like a feminine angle, for me, I just feel more content having a relatively chill job that doesn't use up all of my brain power so that I can come home and film YouTube videos. Our days right now are just, we're in office or we're at home. I have energy afterwards to cook us dinner. We sit, we eat dinner, we watch Game of Thrones in our tiny studio apartment. And that's my life. And then on the weekends, I see my friends, the same friends that you see in every video pretty much. My circle is very small. And that's it, you know? Like, to me, this is shocking at how much pleasure I'm getting from just this experience of just things not stressing me out and things just flowing and going and not putting myself in situations that I'm like stressing myself out, like mind-blowing. Even the other week, I had a moment where I was like, that's it. We need to move to a different apartment. We need a 1-bedroom. This is ridiculous. And it's really only because everyone around us keeps telling us that it's crazy that we live in such a tiny spot for 2 people. Again, it can always be worse. There are people in way smaller apartments, way worse living situations. This apartment is cute, okay? She's small, but she's really cute. And I was looking at 1-bedrooms online. I even booked a few viewings. We were about to go to viewings. And then we just sat down, Mr. Lydia and I, and we were like, to be honest, we are content here. Everyone else is calling us crazy, but we are content. It's such a freeing position to be in a place where you're not freaking out as a young person, especially in London, over how much your rent costs, your bills. We're in a place where our bills are low for London. And that financial freedom, like, I prefer that feeling of the financial freedom that we have more than a nice apartment, more than a 1-bedroom flat and all the stress that comes with it. I'm also just so content with the fact that we don't actually need to buy many more things. Like, our place is already full. And if we did get a 1-bedroom flat, it's not just getting a 1-bedroom flat, it's getting all the extra furniture, all the extra stuff to fill it up and make it feel homey and cozy. And that is just stress. More material possessions is just stress. So yeah, things are really simple on my end of the pond, but I'm seeing beauty in that now, which I haven't seen before. It's made me realize that, you know, there are a lot of changes going on with me and things that I was always chasing, and that, you know, I was always chasing satisfaction and that rush from accomplishing things, and now I'm just satisfied with a simple flow of life. I've also just been thinking about like, okay, but what really makes a good life for me besides for it being simple? And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was like, you know, having a family of my own. You know, like eventually the next step for us is to have kids, hopefully. And I do think that would also be a beautiful thing. I personally think that for a lot of women, especially if they're overachievers, a part of them will calm down when they have kids, because that is such a huge achievement in life. It's probably the biggest thing you can do as a woman. And it's so downplayed now and so disregarded by society, but it could actually be a beautiful thing and probably make everything in your life that you thought was important, that you thought you needed, every designer thing that you thought you needed, irrelevant. And I used to not think about the subject so much. I used to be like, oh, that's for later, but like the idea is really starting to feel beautiful to me now. And I'm not trying to be cryptic or anything with this video. Nothing's happening. I'm not pregnant. I'm just having thoughts, okay? I'm being hormonal. This is a stream of consciousness. Yeah, it's a bit harder for me as well to film videos sometimes because I don't have an existentialist crisis to discuss with you guys. I feel like I'm just me, I'm happy. And I feel like that's a bit hard to convey through video. So yeah, what I'm trying to say, if you get anything from this rant, it's that a beautiful life is a simple life. It took me 25 years to figure that out, but it really is that simple.
He wants a surgery.
Recommending it as a top show and German. You are my baby prince. There was a coronation and
Exactly.
it's like poo, but okay.
What?
I got fancy milk.
Wow.
It's really good, it's organic. It means the cows are
Happy cows. It looks so good.
tteokbokki. Not traditional.
Yeah, start.
Rating 15, suicide. I don't remember who kills himself.
It's probably copyrighted.
What if it's, I think you can do 30 seconds.